The next video we are going to be going over is one of a Vody Bachman. Now, I don't think I've actually gone over Vody on my channel before. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hello. I see that I am going to have assistance with this video. Hi, Yumi. You don't... Come here. Come here, girl. Come here. If you want to assist with the video, that's fine. Just come right here. Hello. We had Gigi earlier on stream. Now we have a Yumi. So, the next guy we're going over, like I said, is Vody. I haven't gone over him on this channel before, but I have... Why is that one strand of hair just desperately trying to get in front of my eyes? But I have... I do have a friend who has gone over him a few times on his channel, and that is Prophet of Zod. So, let's go ahead and take a look at why Vody chooses to believe the Bible. It's a short video. It's a short video. But let's see what it has to say.
I want to tell you why I choose to believe the Bible. Because I don't believe the Bible because I was raised that way, because I wasn't.
Good, that would have been a really bad reason to believe the Bible if you just believed it because you were raised that way. Though there are people that do believe the Bible only because they were raised that way, but they have a myriad of reasons that they use as excuses, and they try to argue it's not because I was raised that way, it's because of this, that, and the other thing. But this, that, and the other thing are excuses that were fed to them. That's what happened with me. So let's see what he says.
I don't choose to believe the Bible because I tried it and it worked for me. My mother's Buddhism worked for her. That's why she was a Buddhist. I need some.
Are you sure that that's the exact reason she was a Buddhist? Is it not because she sincerely believed in the principles prescribed by her particular brand of Buddhism? Is that not a potential reason, Vody?
Something more than just because it works.
Me as a pragmatist, I don't know if I agree with that 100%. I'm just kidding. We do want to agree with something because it's true, not necessarily just because it works. But again, I don't believe for a second that the only reason that somebody is a Buddhist is because it works for them. Maybe like one or two people, maybe, but I think most of the time if somebody holds a religious belief, they do it because they sincerely hold it, not just because it works for them. Not everybody's Pascal.
Here's the answer. I'll give it to you and I'll unpack it for you. I choose to believe the Bible because it's a reliable collection of historical documents written down by eyewitnesses during the lifetime of other eyewitnesses. They report to us supernatural events that took place in fulfillment of specific prophecies and claim that their writings are divine rather than human in origin.
Wait, so, hold on. Your reason for believing the Bible is because the Bible claims it's divine by the people who wrote the Bible, but that doesn't work. If I write a book about events that happen near me, and I get a group of friends near me or a group of other people to verify the things that I wrote, but I write about supernatural events, I can make up practically anything so long as there's other people willing to back it up, especially if I'm writing in a day and age where things like the internet doesn't exist, or things like, the base ideas of logic that are used for determining things don't necessarily have the same kind of hold that, they would now if you're trying to apply things like skepticism. It would be a whole lot easier for me to argue certain claims when it's harder for people to fact-check them. And even in a day and age where people can fact-check claims, we still get people who believe that people were raised from the dead. Like, in the modern era, we still have people who believe that modern supernatural events that have happened. We have people who believe in ghosts. And they have personal experiences that lead them to this. Am I to just accept all of those too, or do I discount those and then accept the Bible specifically? The fact that somebody who is a contemporary at some point, the fact that they argue that something is supernatural in nature, especially when they don't necessarily have the best understanding of the reasons why something operated the way it did, that's not a good reason on its own to believe practically anything anyone says. But let's see if there's anything else that Voddie says here besides contemporaries wrote that things were divine, therefore I believe it. Or is that just it?
Thanks for watching.
That's just it?
And to support this
That was just it.
And claim that their writings are divine rather than human in origin.
Okay, let's maybe have the whole diagram here, and let's. I thought there might be more, so I guess we're just gonna have to stick on this. So you choose to believe the Bible because it is a reliable collection of historical documents. Is the Bible a reliable collection of historical documents? Let's go over that one first. So it is reliable in the sense that many of the events that are argued in the Bible happened, but there are some events that biblical narrative hinges on that we've not been able to have. We have no evidence of it happening at all. For instance, the Exodus out of Egypt, that's, from what we can tell, an ahistorical event. We've not been able to find any evidence that that actually happened. What's another one here? The global flood. That is an ahistorical event. We know that a global flood did not happen because we know what the geological strata would look like if a global flood had actually happened. The census that happened during Jesus' lifetime, we don't know 100% if that census happened the way that it did because people going to their place of birth for a local census doesn't really seem in line from what I understand about how censuses functioned back then, even how they function now. So is it reliable historically? On some things, yes. On other things, no. Things like I just pointed out. It was a collection of historical documents written during the lifetime of other eyewitnesses. Well, if I live in a society and I write down a historical account of something, I have written down a historical document during the lifetime of other eyewitnesses. So that's a low bar to clear. That's a very low bar to clear. Written down, and they report about specific prophecies of fulfillment. The Bible has several failed prophecies in it. Hello. Let's not go there. Let me go over here. I know. Let's see here. I'm trying to find a list. I know that I actually had I had a list at one point. Let me see here. Why are you making me step on things? Let's see. Okay, so a couple of the prophecies that did not actually follow through in the Bible. I've got a couple of examples up here real quick. One of them, let's pop over to Facecam for fun. One of them, Nebuchadnezzar was supposed to make a wasteland out of Egypt for 40 years. That was predicted in Ezekiel. That never happened. The world was supposed to end after the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD, and Jesus purported that in Matthew, and that didn't happen. So we've had this end-of-the-world apocalyptic goalpost shift that has happened every 5 years now. The end of the world is coming sometime. Yumi, come on. Let's see. The biblical prophets predicted nothing about Christ or the Antichrist in the distant future, but plenty about apocalyptic doom and messianic glory in their near future, which, again, these were not prophecies that were supposed to take place within the next thousands or so years. These were supposed to happen sooner. They were an apocalyptic cult back then. So, no. Biblical prophecy, if you can list a handful of the things in the Bible that are not reliable historical documents, you can list a few things in the Bible that are not reliable for prophecy. And then supernatural events, again, we have things like we We have things like the 10 plagues, which most certainly didn't happen, because for them to have happened, the Exodus through Egypt would have also had to have happened, and we've not been able to find any evidence of that. So we can't really argue that any of that is true. And if the Bible is to be accepted as a perfect document, like a perfect book or series of books, then it can't get any of those wrong. But the fact that it gets some of them wrong, if it gets some of them wrong, then that already shows that it's not inerrant. And if it's not inerrant, then we can't say that it's divine in origin. If the divine being that you're using, this hair just it keeps falling down. If the divine being that you're using for your comparison here to say that this is divine is a triomni and is a perfect being, then you would expect them to create a perfect document, but we don't have a perfect document. I wish there was more in this video. I wish there was more substance, more something to go over, but apparently not. So, yeah, that's that. Vody chooses to believe the Bible, which is fine. If you believe the Bible, I have no problem with that. But his reasons for believing the Bible are vapid. Just a little vapid. If you're going to believe the Bible, I have no problem with that alone. Just please have good reasons to do it. These are not good reasons.